Track 10. You will hear a girl called Samantha talking about a trip to a wind farm.
When it was suggested that a wind farm should be built near our village, a lot of the residents became very worried. How was it going to affect village life? Would it really reduce electricity bills? Above all, what about the noise? Everyone had at least seen pictures, so we knew that they weren't horribly ugly constructions. It was my biology teacher's idea to arrange something, but in the end, it was the school's nature club which organised a trip to an existing wind farm about 30 miles away to demonstrate how these things worked, give them an idea of what to expect, and to calm people's fears. Over 40 people expressed an interest in the trip, so a coach was hired for the day. In the end, only 11 people turned up, and that included all 5 members of the club, so we pretty much had the coach to ourselves. The weather was a bit wet and windy, which is actually ideal for a trip to a wind farm because we wanted to see the turbines in action. After a long drive, we finally arrived, and the weather was perfect, with quite a strong wind blowing. The first thing we noticed was the silence. That made a few of the people feel much better about the idea of having one in the village. A couple were impressed by the actual structures. One young woman, not from our school, referred to it as stunning, but to me, it just looked like a lot of very modern windmills. We walked round for a while, admiring the place. Then the rain started, so we all ran back to the coach. It was getting dark anyway, and we wanted to go home. Everyone was talking on the way home, and most were now in favour of wind farms. They liked the efficiency and energy-saving aspects, but what seemed to make the biggest impact was the engineering, which was admired by all. If there was any doubt remaining in people's minds, it wasn't about the sound or the appearance of the things, it was the size. Some asked why the turbines had to be so tall. It's an understandable objection. You can see a wind farm from miles around. Couldn't they be a little bit more hidden? Unfortunately, there's a good reason for that, as anyone who's been in a hot air balloon will know. The higher up you go, not only does the temperature go down, but the wind speed increases, which generates more electricity. Basically, the higher the better. All in all, I'd say it was a highly successful trip, and our school nature club should be congratulated for organising it. Most people were convinced that a wind farm near the village would be a good idea. The fact is that we can't go on using oil or coal to make electricity. We need to cut down on the use of these types of fuel. So the switch to renewable energy is absolutely essential, and wind farms are an important step in the right